Good morning, everyone. We're coming to you from a beautiful, crisp, balmy fall morning here in upstate New York. Today we're going to discuss my future plans for this motorcycle that we're riding here. So the old Sportster Roadster's got 100. I'm so used to saying 100 something because of my truck over the years. Has 4,000 miles on it. Now, unfortunately, and I think I've mentioned this way in the past, this bike has burnt oil since the day I bought it at 8,300 miles 11 years ago. Somebody definitely didn't break it in correctly or something. I don't know obviously exactly what happened, but it shouldn't have burnt the amount of oil that it burns. So that's just something I've lived with. And it didn't burn so much that you couldn't dump a little bit of oil in it and get away with it. However, now it kind of is with it. So basically, it's now this year especially has been burning more oil than ever. And it sucks because the bike runs great, but it just is absolutely tearing through freaking oil. And it's just like once in a while it'll throw giant plumes of smoke behind me, and it just stinks. It's really pretty annoying because I'm afraid that I'm going to get to a point where I forget to check it long enough and I like run the thing out of oil. Because it's like, you got to check it often now. Like it burns a lot. So I'm kind of getting concerned about that. If I want to do any longer touring type riding, you know, the thing's got to have some freaking oil in it, you know? So I got to fix it. That's what it comes down to. So I've been looking at different options, and option number one is the infamous, the famous, I should say, Hammer Performance 1275 kit. So just cost-wise, and for what I'm looking for power-wise and whatnot, I think I would do the 1275 kit with just the 560 cams. Cause I don't mind having a little more high-end horsepower. I'd love to have that. Get the thing revving to 7,000 RPM, baby, and probably not go crazy with the headwork because that's where it gets really expensive. And then you got to buy a bunch of supporting mods. So I don't really need that much power. That would be about 100 wheel horse, give or take. That should be plenty for me. That increased the engine's power output by, 30%. Like, insane. Plus, like, just an insane increase. The only slight concern I have, not even because of cost, but because of my tank size, is gas mileage. So, I don't know. I hope it doesn't kill the gas mileage. Worst case scenario, you could probably get an FXR tank painted and slap it on here or something, and get another gallon or so of gas, but I'm not going to worry about that for now. I think if you're riding it at similar speeds, I mean, it probably won't do too much worse, especially if you did raise the gearing, then it would probably do the same or better. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm thinking as far as, performance level. Now, the other option is there's a company called Holton Performance, or whatever the heck it is, local to me, and they build some pretty high-end stuff, and I definitely would trust them. My buddy's Road Glide was built by them, the 130 wheel horse Road Glide that I've raced on this channel a couple times. It's a quick bike, and they definitely do good work, so I would trust them. It's just a matter of if I want to do the work myself or have them do it. I like the idea of both for different reasons. I think it'd be a fun-ass project, but it's also time-consuming, and I'm a busy guy. I'm a busy guy. What can I say? Are you gonna pull over, or are you gonna make me turn pass around you? Alright, we're gonna pass it. While we're at it. Yahoo! God, this bike's fun, even the way it sits. So anyway, I don't know if I want to do the work myself. So the 1275 kit, Hammer does a great job of making it pretty palatable. And I mean, it's as bolt together, just turn bolts and check some stuff as much as possible. There's a little bit of clearance checking and things like that. I need to watch the video on their install, just to make sure it's something I want to do. But it's not a crazy involved process, so it's definitely something that very easily could be done by me, and that I would be more than willing to take on. On the flip side, if you have a company do it, then you get a bit of a warranty and all that sort of thing. So that's always tempting as well. So I don't know. I don't know exactly which direction I'm going to go yet, but I want to be in that 100 horse power range, give or take. I think that'd really wake this bike up. And then, not this year, probably, but next year, next winter, I'd like to do Öhlins or equivalent suspension, something real high end. And then I might get silly with like taller bar risers and just some other kind of modifications like that. So we'll see. Should probably start braking like any time now. But let's get some gasoline in this little thing. Oh yeah, $5 a gallon still. God bless New York State. Oh, that's disgusting. Yeah, sending it. We're back. Yeah, so it really comes down to the Hammer kit or the guys local to me that build some serious snotty Harley motors. So we're gonna see. I haven't decided yet if I want to, like I said, if I want to do it myself or not. The big advantage of doing it yourself, of course, is the sense of pride of doing it. You can make sure everything's right if you trust your skills, and you save a bunch of money. I live in a state, unfortunately, where it's winter time, 4 or 5 months a year. However, I take the bike down to North Carolina and ride it, so I don't want to put the bike down long enough to interrupt my riding time. So I think what I would try to do is have everything by, I don't know, like New Year's time, because I usually have a couple days around New Year's that are pretty free. So hammer out a lot of it, and then throughout January, get the rest of the work done. And then from there, they're the police. No, we're good. And then from there, after January, I usually go down in February to North Carolina, so I could, still do my normal ride and test my new motor out, which would be pretty sick. So that might be the plan. We'll see. If I was going to have somebody build it, I think I would give it to them like early December. And then they would have all the way until the end of January to build it. And I could do the same thing, go test it in North Carolina. So that, I haven't really talked this out yet to myself. That might actually be a good plan. 2 whole months, I think they'd have plenty of time to, it does, because there's a bit of a turnaround. So even with Hammer, I gotta send my heads to them to get fixed up, valve job and whatnot. And that costs 3 weeks in the timeline. That's their turnaround time. So, yeah. I don't know. So I've just been thinking about it. Gotta figure out what I want to do. Lots of good options out there. A lot of guys can build a Sportster motor. It's not rocket science. Well, that's always fun. I will miss that when the weather turns. Anyway, guys, I forgot to end this video. God bless America. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.